Hello, everybody, and happy Friday. Yes, it's Friday. I am so glad it is Friday. It has been a long week, but we actually get to do some F.O.C.ing now. So, once again, we are going to go through my F.O.C. list, see how everything is going to shake out this week. Last week was not a large F.O.C., but it was a large release week, and sometimes those things don't actually mix. When we're going through F.O.C., one of the things that a lot of people may not pay attention to is that there is a standard cadence for these books on F.O.C., but it doesn't always follow it. And some companies F.O.C. 3 weeks out, some F.O.C. 4 weeks out, some F.O.C. just different spans. And so what happens is a lot of those books, like, well, I FOC this one 4 weeks ago and this one 3 weeks ago, and they all show up on 1 week, and that happens a lot. We will talk more about that actually in next week's FOC, because next week's FOC, I'm not going to bring it up yet, but it's going to be weird and strange to look at the way that they're doing it, but it's fine. So I am going to share my screen as always, and we'll hope this works. Hope it works. Let's see here. We're going to do this window thing. And if I share, you should be seeing Lunar distribution. And I am seeing it on my second screen. I was told last week there was some sound issues, and the week before that, there was some sharing issues. So if you're seeing that kind of stuff, just leave a comment and say, hey, at this time, this weird thing happens. But anyway, so once again, as always, I'll quickly tell you what FOC is. Final Order Cutoff is where comic shops can actually make adjustments to their orders, higher or lower. Some companies or publishers put new covers out, and they'll put that on here. Boom does some stuff where it's a FOC variant where you can only order it during FOC, but anybody can go look at the FOC list, and that's what I'm going to do here, and that's how I do my books. I have a box or pull at my comic shop, but I don't actually have anything on that list. I do everything through this FOC. So we will start off, and I only go through 2 of the distributors. So it's Lunar Distribution, and then it'll be PRH. And so we will start there. So if you go to lunardistribution.com, and once again, everyone can do this. You just can go here, look through upcoming FOC, send it to your comic shop if you find a different cover you want or something like that, and go. So this is all about me doing my FOC. Maybe one day I'll take a longer time and do how everything works in FOC, but this is close enough. So let's start. Absolute Flash, absolutely not. Adventure Time, I'm not doing that, but I think that book is ending soon, maybe with 12. Babs, I get Babs in trade, not in single issues. I enjoy that book. Barbarian behind bars. Okay, that's funny. World's Finest. Well, part 2 of Day for Night. Wow. Escape. Superman, Batman are trapped, facing the counterparts. If heroes save themselves, they have to find darkness within themselves. I'm going to get the Zerdy cover with Robin and Supergirl because it's awesome. So what I do is you can't see it on here because of the way it's posting, which is strange. Anyway, I just copy this top piece here and put it in a notepad, and then I'll shoot that notepad or that list to my comic shop for this. Don't need any kind of variants. Don't need the Dark Knight Returns. Look at this. Batwoman. Batwoman is on F.O.C. Batwoman has returned. I am so excited. We will be getting this. So Greg Rucka is writing Batwoman again, and I am overly excited for that. And most of this sounds like he's going to pick up kind of where Rucka's last Batwoman series ended. So, and that is, I am so excited for that. So excited. And look at this Sedgwick cover. Wow. I mean, all the covers are gorgeous. So we will see how that goes, but I am really excited for Batwoman. So that book's awesome. Beat everyone up. It's a Maverick. Yep, I'll get that. It looks fun. I like the Maverick books. They're like all ages, middle grade books. So they're usually a lot of fun. So I like fun books. Bible 2 trade paperback. Volume 1. Hail to the kings of the Jews, baby. Jesus Christ is back, and he's not. I'm not going there. That's funny. That's okay. That's funny. I'm laughing at that. That makes me laugh. Bleeding Hearts from Vertigo is getting a second printing. Look at that. Wow, don't need a second printing. Catwoman. I'm not reading Catwoman, so I can move on from there. You can get Clyde in Espanol. I don't know what. It's a paper cuts book. He looks angry. We'll move on from that. Conan the Barbarian pack. No. You can get a Conjuring coloring book. I mean, who doesn't need a Conjuring coloring book? Sorry, I'm getting distracted. This is why I like F.O.C. You can see everything too, right? You can get an idea of everything that's coming out. Darkness. They're doing the Image is doing all these Invincible team up covers. So, Dead Teenagers from Oni. Look at this cover. That's awesome. Deadly Tales of the Gunslinger. Oh, there's the Deathstroke book. So this is that next level that DC's doing. I'm getting Batwoman. I don't really care much for the character, but like Tony Flex is writing Deathstroke, so it's probably pretty good. We'll move on from Deathstroke. Detective reprints. The Todd McFarlane cover. But why would you? Never mind. They're reprinting. I mean, I get they're doing the year 2 stuff, Todd McFarlane cover, but yeah, whatever. But the blank. Sometimes I don't understand the blanks. Hey, Dork number 1 is getting a 3rd printing. Sure. DuckTales. Woo! We're going to move on from there. EC, I'm not getting that. Elseworld, Superman, Omnibus. Don't need that. I read the first issue. I think I talked about In the Life last week. I will probably pick it up off the rack and read the second issue because I'm intrigued. Exquisite Corpse. I am getting in trade. Geiger I get. I enjoy Geiger. Geiger is one, I guess it's a book that I don't really talk about a whole lot, but I enjoy it very much. Like, am I going to sit here and tell you it's the greatest thing I've ever read? I'm not going to say that, but at the same time, I enjoy that book. So it's just how it works. Ghost Pepper I'm doing in trade. G.I. Joe. I'm going to get, well, I read G.I. Joe. I enjoy G.I. Joe a lot, but I am going to get get the Duke and Optimus Prime cover because looking forward to that. Wait. Yep, G.I. Joe 6th printing. It is so weird for me to see so many of these books going like 6th, 10th, 11th printings now. That was just not years ago. It's just not how it was, but it's what they're doing. Ooh, Green Lantern wait. See, here's the thing, right? This is what I'm talking about. Here's Green Lantern 33, glow in the dark, 600. But the glow in the dark variant had to be F.O.C.ed this week to make sure that it came out on time, which is February 23rd. So we won't see next week. We'll see the regular covers, right? The regular covers for Green Lantern 33. It's just the way they work. It is a very, very strange thing. Just how it worked. Once again, compact edition. So if any kind of DC trade or anything, I get that from Penguin. I just make sure I get it from one source. Hawkmoon, Heavy Metal, Herculoids. How much is the hardcover? $24.99. I'll stay away from the Herculoids. Battle Beast, I don't need. Wow, it's a lot of Battle Beast. Penny's Big Splash. Good old Lion King. God, there's a lot of Lion King covers. Lots of Lion King covers. Okay, so Lobo is okay. See, that's kind of funny. So I don't really want to get Lobo, but it's Scotty Young. I'm going to get the first issue. I'm just going to get the first issue. I want to see how Scotty Young is going to handle Lobo. It's probably going to be really good. I'm surprised Scotty Young didn't do a variant. That is, let's see here, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. No, look at that. Weird. All right, Lucky Devils, that. Marvel's Iron Man, the first 60 years hardcover. This is a Titan book. Don't need that right now. Muppets Noir, number 2. Look at the new Titans. Wow. Look at this cover. It's cool. I'm not reading the Titans, so I try not to get things for their cover. Wow, look at Raven. Who are the new Titans? Well, we've already seen it in the DCKO stuff, so I already know. Moving on. Nightwing's up next. So I will be getting the Nightwing. Wow, there's a lot of really cool covers. Let's see here. Actually, I get this, but Jacqueline keeps it, so she's really going to tell me which cover to get. Actually, I like this one. I like the simple one. I will, what does Jeff Spokes looks like? We'll do this one. And then, once again, the great thing about doing F.O.C., you can always change. How's it going, sir? Batwoman. Batwoman is so far my F.O.C. pick. Batwoman number 1, Greg Rucka is out. So, or is on F.O.C. this week. So that's the one I'm kind of looking at as my favorite for F.O.C. this week. Because I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, it was a lot of pretty covers for Batwoman. I stuck with the Cedric. I'm like, I just got to stick with one. At least if I get the variant cover, I get the A cover underneath it. So that works out fine for me. So I'm like, you know what, that's good enough. But yeah, there's an art germ. There's an art germ cover for Batwoman too. But I'm like, I'll stick with Cedric and then we'll move on from there. Pecos Bill, Racer X. I read the first few of Racer X. I enjoyed it. I'll just get it in trade when it finishes up. Right? What? Rafael Garcia Henchman. That's funny. Sure. Sherlock Holmes, Dark Detective. Nah, I'm okay. Rat City, Salmon Twitch. All of these have been offered before. These are just notebooks. Superman Unlimited. So this is a part of I think it's the Superboy. The future of John Kent starts here. The reign of Superboys. So that's all of that. Things. Thundercats. Well, since I am one of the few people who gets Thundercats, Road to War. Why do they make so many covers? I just want a regular cover. It's Dynamite. They don't know how to do anything other than make 1,000 covers. Here, you know what? I'm going to get the logo cover. Just because. Why not? You know what? I think I'll switch. I'll get the Megan cover. It's a great thing about F.O.C. I can change my mind because I change my mind a lot. But we will continue on. Maybe if I can find my mouse. There we go. Well, there's going to be a lot of Thunder Kittens. Wow. Third printing for 19, the Transformers. We're second printings for 23. Second printing for 7. Wow. Transformers just keeps putting out the stuff. It's just amazing. Like they keep the reprinting, man. I'm telling you, it's just so different. I'm just not used to it. Good old Vampirella. The Walking Dead. Arthur Adams did a Walking Dead cover. That's pretty cool, actually. Don't need it, but White Sky, second printing. That'll be another book that I'll get in trade. They're reprinting Wonder Woman #1 again. Or, sorry, they're doing a facsimile of Wonder Woman #1 again. Well, I've been getting all the DNA covers, so I will continue to get the DNA cover for Wonder Woman. There's a lot of pretty covers for that, too. Look at the Dan Moore one. Wow. That's really cool. Look at that. The Wonder War Begins. She's such a cool design. Queen of America. The Queen of America. We've already dealt with the king. Now we deal with the queen. Wrestle Heist. Oh, that's it. All right. Yay. So we are done. We are done with Lunar distribution. So that is everything that I am getting there. So now we will switch over. Hopefully you can see this. Switch to Penguin. So there we go. So if you go to prhcomics.com, that's right. So close. It's really hard not to get a bunch of Wonder Woman covers too. So I have to just remember I can only read one book. Only read one book. I'm trying to do better about that. So anyway, go to PRH. Whoa, PRH Comics. As always, F.O.C. is right here. Click the button. And yes, every week, if you watch this or watch any part of this, I'm going to complain about it every week. Why do I have to go to random and go title A through Z? I don't understand. So the absolute Batman, they've now made the direct market hardcovers for this. So that, yeah, I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand why. I can't figure out their logic in just random. Like who can look through comics? Like, oh, there was a Spider-Man on page 1 and then on page 4 and 5. Like I can't figure that out. You would think they would be a different way, but it's not. So I can't do anything about it. So here's the absolute Batman direct market edition. So these are the hardcovers that's going to start showing up in your Barnes and Nobles and your places like that. So they have finally going to have these show up there. So these will be the covers that they get. That's why they're doing that. American Caper still going on. Don't need that. Arcadia. I do skip a lot of manga. I only read a couple of different mangas. So Briar Knight's Terror number 4. I'm getting the trade on Briar. So we'll stay away from that. I do enjoy Briar, but it's easier for me to read it in a trade, and that way I don't get behind. The Curious Society. So I picked these up. So let's see here if it pulls it up. Yeah. Want to see if I can show you. Yeah. So these are fun little trades, or they're not trades, they're graphic novels. Where is, hang on. Sorry, it's everywhere. I'm trying to, it's done through like one of the colleges, but anyway, okay, it's not that important, but it's pretty cool. Cyclops number 1's getting a second printing after it sold out 2 weeks ago, which was, to me, was insane. Deadly Hands of Kung Lun number 2. 1 just came out. Wow, Deluge 5. We're moving right along with the Ignition Press stuff. Disney, yep, Dragon Head, Dragon Quest, Dungeons of Doom. Let's load some more. More Dungeons of Doom. I did not read. I read the first issue of Dungeons of Doom, and then I haven't read anything part of that. I'm sure it's a part of the whole Armageddon storyline that's coming up. It's just probably going to be another little piece of it. Fantastic Four. Lots of different covers, mainly because of the, hey, it's a Mike Aldred cover. Man, I almost want to get that because I'm a huge Mike Aldred fan. I love Madman. And so I do get a lot of Mike Aldred stuff, but Allred, Dread. There's a all red. There's no D in there. And that's really cool, but I'm going to stay away. Mike Aldred also wrote one of my favorite Silver Surfer stories of all time. Far Cry, Fuzzy. Yeah, not going to deal with that. Generation X 23, number 2. Number 1 just came out. Monster variants. What? I'm sorry. I got to look at the monster variant closer. I apologize. Well, that's adorable. Godzilla's. Man, I only got one book so far. That's pretty good. Maybe it'll stay that way this week. Inglorious X-Force, number 3. People seem to be loving that book like a lot. Sorry, I have to load more here because Iron Man variant, there should be a Scotty Young variant because I got the Scotty Young variant for issue 1 and 2, so I'll get it for issue 3. Why are they doing April Fool's Day? Look, April Fool's Day. What? Look at that joke. That's a really cool cover. Staying away though. I just need a Iron Man cover. Just one. Jeff the Landshark and friends. Oh, it's a trade. Yes, I will get my Jeff the Landshark trade. Kill All Immortals 2. I'm getting this in trade. The first trade. I as a whole, I mean, you've heard me say this 1,000 times. I cannot get into the X-Men. Like I try. Like there's parts of it that's really good. There's characters like Magic that I love. Kitty Pryde, like I love, but it is just so hard. But everyone has seemed like all the number ones too have been selling out. Like the Rogue, the Storm, the fastest one was Cyclops, which blew me away. Like what? Yeah, it's like people seem to be enjoying all of them, so which is good. I mean, no, I'm not doing no. Loner Life, Magic the Gathering, Cold War, Manga Quest, Math Adventures, Moon Knight. Wow, Moon Knight's getting a second printing. Look at that. I mean, I knew some shops sold out, but I didn't know it sold enough to actually get a second printing. Marvel Knights Punisher. Don't need that. Minor Arcana, number 3. I need that, though. I enjoy the Minor Arcana. That's, I was reading the single issues of that, but I stopped and got the trade, and this Jeff Lemire series is just amazing. I enjoy it so much. All right, Neighborhood Watch is a new Boom book by Sarah Gailey, and I will be getting one of these. I'm looking forward to this series a lot. I'm sure it's going to be. Yeah, Jed just seems to be going on. He just gets a new artist, and then they just set up a new number 1, and he just keeps going. So I've enjoyed his stuff so far. I think he's done a really good job with Moon Knight. I've been impressed. So I've been really impressed. And once again, like it's kind of like some other stuff I read. Like, is it the best thing I'm reading that week? No, but I like Moon Knight as a character, and the stories are coherent. They're well put together, and it gets me from beginning to end, and it's entertaining. And so I really like that. Sometimes that's just what I need. I don't always need to think so much when I'm reading. It's fine. New Avengers 10. No, good. Oh, I am doing Powers. Predator Bloodshed. Not doing Psylocke. I did read the first issue. I read the first issue of Rogue, and I read the first issue of Psylocke, and the stories are like older stories. But if you love the X-Men, I am sure. Like this Inuk Lee cover with Psylocke, all of those covers have been awesome. And once again, this is Tim Seeley is writing Psylocke, so I'm sure the writing is amazing. I do not need the Punisher. And not with so many covers. There's Rogue number 3. Once again, bunch of cool covers. I read side number 2. I'll be honest with you. I've enjoyed this Peach Momoko with the different creators in it every week. Let's see. This one is Peach Momoko and Mike Del Mundo. So, but I've enjoyed that a lot. So, surprised. Something's Killing the Children, number 46. It just keeps moving right along. That's cool. It always has really cool covers. Good old Spy Family. See, Star Wars, these are Dark Horse stuff. Stranger Things, Dark Horse. Godzilla is IDW. Turtles, Godzilla, I'm doing that in trade. I was getting the first few single issues. I picked up Psylocke. Like I said, I picked the first Psylocke for the cover, and I think the story was well done. But since it takes place like right after X-Men, like 180 or whatever, like it's so far back that it's just I don't know enough of the X-Men. My comic history is not really around the X-Men. So I am not your X-Men trivia guy. And so it kind of threw me off. But yeah, the Psy I'm enjoying a ton. I like the premise, going to the different places, looking for basically the Infinity Stones and changing the creator to do it. So I like that a lot. Turtle paperback. I don't need those. Book. More Ignition Press stuff. I don't need that. Ultimate Endgame number 2 is getting a second printing. All right, so I'm still kind of reading Ultimate Endgame, but I will actually get this cover, and I've kind of stayed away from the Ultimate Magic. But the problem that I have with this cover, it's Mark Brooks with Magic and Storm on it. So I'm like, you know what? I'll get it. It's fine. It's fine. Ultimate Endgame is a large undertaking. It has been a very large undertaking. Ultimate X, don't need. Uncanny X-Men, good there. Hey, VR Troopers, I don't need VR Troopers. Web of Venom. All right. I'm not getting Web of Venom, but I have to make sure it is not a part of any of the even all or new or Venom. Oh, here we go. But it's not Mary Jane. Okay, that's good. And it's not Eddie Parker. Okay. But it's someone Peter Parker knows. Okay. So God, look at all these Venom covers. Like, why? Why? All right. I just needed to make sure it wasn't part of the whole death spiral thing. I am gonna, since I'm reading and enjoying Amazing Spider-Man, I am gonna stay on the death spiral stuff. But if this was a part of it, yeah, that's like I said, I kind of quit reading Ultimate Avengers. The Ultimates like halfway through because I think the jumping around from character to character was a little much for me and what I was expecting. But all that's playing in the Ultimate Endgame, and I somewhat feel like I feel like I'm not smart enough to get everything that Dennis Camp is doing. Like I trust him a lot, but I think he's putting all these pieces out there and it's going to come together in Ultimate Endgame, but it can make my head hurt along the way. So they keep talking about when all of it's done, they're going to release some giant collected edition of this whole ultimate run. And if they do that, I will probably go that route and just sit down one day and just take it from beginning to end, because I don't know what else to do. All these Venoms. Wiccan, Wolverine, Weapons of Armageddon. So the first issue was fine. It was Chip Zdarsky, and it was fine. So I'll read the second issue leading on into Armageddon. I won't get it here. I'll just read it at the shop to get ready for like the Tuesday night show. And then X-Men Age of Revelation. So no one needs that. All right, so that's it. So that is it for PRH. So if I go over here to my little heart. So this week wasn't really an overly huge F.O.C., honestly, because it's only 7 titles. And what, 1, 2, 3 are trades, 4 single issues on this one, which isn't bad. And then on the Lunar one, I think I only did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 9. So that's a pretty nice week for me. I've honestly been trying to cut back on a lot of stuff. Just I read too much. And well, I have a lot of stuff to read. I get a lot of trades. And so some of the single, and then I get single issues and trades. So I'm trying to get stuff that I won't necessarily get in trade in single issues. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that is it. That is it for tonight. That's enough. That's enough for me. So now basically the way you do PRH is you can go there. Once again, I sorted by A through Z, and I will do this download by PDF. And then once you do that, this you can download and send to your comic shop here. And comic shops actually kind of like the PDF version. Well, most of them do. Hey, look at them, put a cover in. Look at that. Or here. Interesting. But the good thing is so they can see a cover, but they also get this barcode here that if they have a barcode scanner, if they have this, they can pull up on the screen, pull up your pull box, scan it, and it will automatically add it. And if not, they have the ISBN number here, whereas you can't really do that with the Lunar distribution. You kind of just have to copy paste, put it in an email, and send it to your shop. So my email basically consists of, hey, here's my Lunar section, and then PRH is attached, and then I attach it to the email, and then I send that on to my comic shop, and make sure that your F.O.C. is in by Sunday afternoon, because all these orders have to be done Monday by your shop. So that is where I will leave you tonight. Thank you for coming in. I mean, if you're doing it this way, it's fine. Honestly, but if you're going to the blog post and copying it, that is also fine. But if you're doing it this way, then the PDF works because it gives you all that information. But if you're waiting until the list comes out, like after I quit doing this tonight, I'll go make the list, right? I go make the list after this, and I send that off to Tess tonight. So when Tess gets to work tomorrow, she'll post the list and then send out the email. But if that's what you use, then that's fine, because that'll be everything that she needs there if you're just copying through there too. I am only talking about if you do it the way that I'm doing it here. Like if you go through here and you've put everything in your wish list, if you're going to send it, you might as well just save it as the PDF and then download it. And then that way it has all the information there. So, but yeah, if you're still using the blog post, that's fine. It's not one way or the other. This just makes my life easier here, because it's not going to be much different. You can't really, let's see here. I can end this, like not like in the stream. I want to stop the sharing quick so I can, actually, I stop the sharing so I can actually share again and show you a different, I want to show you my entire screen here. So this is the way, so this is what I do for Lunar, right? I just open up a notepad and when I copy the Lunar stuff, I just put it in here. And so basically I'm sending this out to in the email, and then on the Penguin side, I just attach the PDF. So it's fine. It's fine whichever you do on that. It's just the way the two systems work. It's just how I've always done it. But the big thing to get from all this is just do F.O.C. If you do F.O.C, that's better. All right. So anyway, that is all I have tonight. I will be back again next Friday. Next week's going to be a fun F.O.C. So I would try to join me if you can on that. The show might be a little bit later on that, or it may be recorded next week. I have some things going on Friday, but there will be an F.O.C. show, but it may be just posted out there. So instead. But anyway, I hope everyone has a good night, and we will talk to y'all later. Have a good one, everybody. See you later. Bye. Have a good weekend. Oh, end.